and then you'll see that light come on. You're good to go. Awesome. Great. Well, thank you guys for coming to this evening class. We're going to have an awesome session around marketing and understanding how to really leverage social media and other platforms to scale your business and really start planting seeds for your business of tomorrow. We've got William Stelzer here, who is an awesome resource when it comes to marketing and who has really just built a solid foundation on making sure that his business is properly presented online. And so he's going to share his best practices, his secrets, his tips with you today. So take notes, and if you have questions, throw them out and we'll get rolling.
Sweet. Awesome. I'm just trying to get the name of everybody. Marcella. Travis. I think Travis, you're last time that I taught, last marketing class. So for you, it might be some stuff new, but some of the stuff might be the same. So I end up, marketing, I end up adding more field things in the past few months and have tried different things. So I'm going to be sharing that with Eric. So Eric, Marcella, and Travis. I'm probably going to forget, but you have, who else is on the, can you guys hear me just fine, or?
I can hear you.
Sweet. So we have like 3 people on Zoom right now as well. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So if you guys have any questions during the class, don't hesitate to just shout your name and say, just wait or stop or say it again. So I'm just going to pause and answer your questions. That sounds good?
Sounds great.
That sounds good.
Awesome. So we have another guest that came in. What is your name? Hunter. Nice to meet you, William. Okay, let's just start this session. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about me for some of you that don't know. As you can notice, I have an accent. I'm from Brazil originally. So I was born in Brazil. What I did in Brazil, I was an airplane pilot. I love to fly. To fly commercially, you actually have to learn English, right? You have to fly internationally, you have to learn English. So I did my 2-year English program, graduated. I decided to stay another season for snowboarding because I learned how to snowboard while I was here. Then I ended up meeting my wife at that snowboarding trip. And then plans changed. I was buying a property back in Orem. I was doing one thing called house hacking. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's a real estate strategy where you buy a property, rent the rooms for your roommates. So my roommates were paying my mortgage, they're paying my rent, and I was making a lot of money on top of it. I was renting my house theoretically for more than I should. There was a lot of my roommates living with me, totally legal. I didn't know what I was doing, but I felt that real estate was pretty profitable. So that's how I got into real estate. And then I went to property management. I did 3.5 years of property management as well, commercial and residential. So I have a background in a little bit of background in commercial real estate. I started as a just basic assistant for property management. Then I went to office manager, and then accounting manager for the company. And then I quit in December, pretty much. So it was pretty interesting. It was a really good experience with my mentor. So I love this. So that's how I got into real estate. And then I ended up getting my license. I ended up as well starting quite a few businesses while I was doing real estate. So, and one of them I'm going to talk about is marketing. So I started a 3D real estate tour company. So we do a lot of photography, videography, drone, everything about like photos and videos we do through our company as well. So if you guys never seen a 3D tour, have you guys seen some? Yeah. Some of you guys see the like the Metaport, things like that. So we offer those services as well. So I have the 3D tour company. Then I did, I opened a remodeling company. So we did some flips, and that's one area of real estate that I always wanted to learn about it. Nobody took my hand and said, hey, William, that's how we do flips. We just got to go and do it, right? You just got to risk it. So I opened the company, did the remodeling company, and then I finally opened an Airbnb management company. So we manage properties in Park City. And if you guys are interested in Airbnb, you have my contact information now. Just be free to reach out if you guys want to learn more about Airbnb, things like that. So that's a little bit of my background, but at the end, I had a company running for almost 6 years now. Now I'm not super active on the company anymore. I let most of my clients go because that company is a marketing company. It's called GMB Marketing. And we did everything about marketing for our clients: social media marketing, logos, designs, websites, those menus, displays that you see on restaurants. We do those. We do like animation, 3D animation. We did a bunch of stuff. And that's how I got my background in marketing. I have been doing this since I was 15 years old. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I met another agent at the brokerage that he actually went to school for. He did like a degree, 4 years into this. I thought it was funny because for me, it's super natural. And you got to go to school. You got to learn all those things, right? So I'm going to be sharing with you guys all my tips, everything that I know, what has worked, and things that didn't work. So you guys can, at least starting in real estate, you guys can be already ahead of the game, right? So I'm gonna give all the tips that I wish they would have taught me when I started. And that's gonna save you guys a lot of time, you know? So as far as marketing goes, yes, it involves money. So to make return on your investment for you guys to be able to require a little bit of money involved, but there are things that are money involved. There's money intensive, passive, and long-term results. And there is time intensive, proactive, and immediate results. So my question for you guys, I want you guys to shout out to me. What do you guys think are some of marketing strategies, some examples of marketing that you guys are already familiar with? Ads. You're talking about like Facebook ads. Facebook ads is a big one. Flyers. Why do you think we use flyers? Why do we need flyers? Good answer. So like you print the flyers and you give it to whom? Perfect. There you go. You door knocking. So every time that you guys are gonna go, for example, host an open house for your team, for you, you know, I always recommend print some flyers, do some marketing, get the proper information, design a pretty flyer, print it over, and then go knock doors of the neighborhood. It sucks. I know knock doors sucks for, you know, it's part of real estate, but I got one of my best investors by doing door knocking, and was all because I'm going to tell you guys a story because it's pretty cool. So I found this property on KSL for sale, and it was a for sale by owner. So I went there. I saw that the property was super overpriced, and I saw that the photos sucked on the property, right? Just terrible photos. The owner didn't know anything, how to do anything on marketing. So I figured out that I should reach out to the owner and see if he would be interested in letting me as a realtor preview the property. And I figured out, well, if I can get the listing, at least I'm going to try to get the photos for my business, because back then I didn't have employees on my photography company. I was just hustling, right? And then I decided, print to him a TMA, a comparative market analysis. If you guys don't know how to do that, probably Sean is going to train you guys how to do that, so you guys can be good at it. So I print the market analysis for him. The reason that I do that, because I knew that he, when I talked to him with the phone, he sounded a little bit older. So older people, usually they like to have things in hands, right? So I figured out that on my marketing expertise. And I always that's something that I bring from marketing to real estate, is I always provide value first, no matter what. That's something that I do for all my clients. I always provide value first. What it means provide value. So for example, if I was a cheapo, I wouldn't print 20 pages of a report in color. Everything that I print when I do to clients is in color, because I don't want to be cheap. I don't want, I'm providing them value. And some people notice, like, color, not color makes a little bit of difference, because they like, hey, you appreciate your putting money and effort into those things, right? So anyway, I'm going to try to be a little bit faster on this story. So I'm going there, married the client. We talk, and at the moment, so we were talking about what I can do for him as far as real estate. We went down to his basement. His basement was unfinished. I didn't have any experience with remodeling at all. So I just referred him to a contractor that I knew, right? At that point, that's when it clicked to me that like I can be profitable if I open a remodel company. So the contractor take care of the basement, and when the moment that clicked for him is when I brought my iPad with me, and I showed what I can do with the 3D tour for him. So I put on the iPad, I show him the dollhouse on the Matterport. If you guys never seen this one before, I can show you guys later. But he saw the technology, how you can scan your entire house, see the property in 3D, and he was like, you don't even have to talk anymore. We're gonna sign with you. So, and that back then was like, we were one of the first companies to have the Matterport camera in Utah. So it was a new thing. So I got the listing because of that technology. So then of course I included all the photography, all of those things is part of my package for my clients for free. So they get drones, they get photos, they get 3D tour, they get whatever it needs to be. I give it to them because at the end of the day, my paycheck's going to be huge after I sell their property, right? So anyway, I was able to get that property, but remember that you're talking about door knocking, right? Maybe I lost some of you there. Then I print some flyers. We decided to host an open house. We did an open house, but I print the flyers and I went door knocking the neighborhood. I door knocked the entire neighborhood. And for people that I didn't have there, just put a tape and put my flyer on the door. But I will knock every single door to a chance to talk with someone personally. It's not just knock the door and run away. You want to try to talk with the people personally. So I ended up meeting this lady that she told me that she always has the desire to invest in real estate. And I'm passionate about investing heavily, pretty like Shoni. Most of my clients today is 80% of them are investors. And if they are not, I train them to be. Because investors will keep me in the business. They will keep always buying rather than just a single family that's just going to buy once. And you got to see them in 5-7 years later, right? So investors going to be always buying from you. And who knows, like if you get a couple, 3 investors, they can set you up for the rest of your life in your real estate career. You just got to get lucky 2 or 3 times with investors. So anyway, we end up changing information. And then a couple months later, she called me after even we sold the property. selling the property and everything. She called me and say out of the blue and say, hey, I want to start investing. What do I need to do? And then she told me her financials. She had a property in PG. So I helped her sell her property in PG. We put it on the market. Didn't work. But back then, I already opened my remodeling company. In 2 months, I opened my remodeling company. And then I helped her remodel her property in PG. So we remodeled in 1 month. I'm going to show you guys some photos of it. Yeah. PG is Pleasant Grove.
Oh, okay.
That's the city. No problem. So we end up, we're getting low offers. We end up remodeling her property. And then she ended up, so I count as 2 deals with her because I help her sell her property, and I got paid as a remodeler as well, a fee. And then she ended up buying a property with me in Park City, right? And then she ended up, a few months later, she ended up buying another property in Park City that wasn't remodeled. I helped her remodel the property in Park City. So in a period of 1 year, she did 5 deals with me just because I went door knocking and I had the flyers ready. Before I was doing door knocking and for realtors, and there's like, hey, can you show up? And I would show up there without talking with everybody, and that didn't work. So you guys want to have flyers ready so you guys can do that. She ended up doing 5 deals with me, and I still manage her 2 Airbnbs in Park City. That brings me free money every single month. So that's one way that who mentioned door knocking and flyers. I think it was you guys. There's any other ways that you guys think that, what are other tools that you guys use for marketing? Or do you think the realtors use for marketing? So he mentioned like social media ads, you're not here, but what else do you guys think we do for marketing? Open houses. Yeah. Anybody else? People from the Zoom, any suggestions?
Yeah, you can do like email marketing.
Email marketing, perfect.
Yeah, texting, like just automated, everything like that. So.
What? So how you set up email marketing? How do you do that? So let me fix my question. So in order for you guys to do email marketing, you guys have to have something first, right? You have to have all the emails, right?
Oh yeah, like through your database.
You got a database. So the first thing as a new realtor, Shawnee probably is emphasizing, get your database done as soon as possible, because you want to start putting those people into email campaigns, and then you don't have to spam them with emails or junk. You, like I said, provide value first. Offer them a free CMA for their property. So go over your phone, your contacts, say who owns a property here. And if you can tell like who has home ownership, if they're older with kids, probably they do own a home. If they're younger than you, just ask, hey, when you're going to be buying soon. But you need that. You can do either through email or to text. That I think that's more effective than email. So I'm going to list some of other tools right here. That is listed right here. Some other tools. There is like, here's just prospecting. We're not going to be talking too much about prospecting today. It's more focused on marketing. But some of them are related. Like door knocking, open houses is a marketing strategy, but it's still prospecting. You're trying to get clients. Now, just for marketing, we have radio, TV, newspapers. You can put some logos in your personal vehicles, magazines, billboards. Anybody here know why billboards what is the focus for billboards? Brand awareness. Perfect. So they're not trying to sell you anything on the billboard. They're not trying to make you call them something. The main reason for billboards is just brand awareness. You can see when you're driving through the highway, sometimes there is a logo of a company or a phrase and then a logo of the company, but you don't know what the company does. You don't know anything. So they just want you to see the logo and think what company do, so you can go and research it. So just to put information out there. So yellow pages, I don't think that exist anymore, but grocery carts, I have seen this in Herman where I live. Moving vans, moving trucks, online advertising, that's the most popular. That is pay-per-click, CEO, social media, all of those things. If you want to do some TV shows and other propagandas, it's going to be pretty expensive. As far as like every time that you advertise on Super Bowl is what, $1 million to put an ad on Super Bowl. So anyway, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys now what I do for marketing, everything that it's not going to be everything that I do, but it's going to be everything that you need to do to have the essentials. I call the essentials of marketing, everything that you guys at least needs to have. So the marketing essentials, I believe that you guys already took your professional headshot photos. If you have not, put a shirt, button, and put a suit on it over it, and pay somebody, a professional, to take your photos. Or if you have somebody else on the team that does that, make sure that you look professional, because that photo you're going to be using for all your marketing for the next 10 years ish. If you gain a lot of weight like me, I'm a little bit overweight, you might have to retake the photos, but yeah, make sure that you have the photos. Business cards, I always recommend having paper, digital, on the go. That's what I like to say. So paper is just, I'm going to show you guys some of the business cards that I have done so far. And some of them, paper is basically this one. So I'm going to give everybody one. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can just reach out. You already have mine. And this one that I'm going to give you, the other one, I don't think you have this one. This red one was the first when I got here, and I designed the red one through Command. So you still, if you're not super techy marketing, Command can help you guys out designing like this red one. They have a bunch of other templates that you can play with. But then I end up joining the Wild Real Estate team, just a real estate team. And then I designed this this other car. But I have another one. This one, I can't give it away, this one's a metal business card, super fancy. It's not 100% for real estate purposes. I have a corporation who owns all the business that I own, and usually I give this only for VIP clients. I'm gonna let you guys pass around. I only give that to VIP clients, and usually I take my VIP clients to private clients events. That's nobody else's, any other realtor is invited. I take them boating, I take them to a fancy dinner. I spend like $5,000 a year in them exclusively, right? So not everybody has that card, and it's just something that I do for them. It doesn't matter if they're my clients from real estate. If I see he will become eventually a client in the future, I give them the card, right? So it's just how appreciative you are with your network and people that you talk to. This one is the one for the 3D real estate tours. The image on the back, the printing company messed up, but this one is the photography company, is just a camera. So that's just the business cards. I think I gave him one. Right, so it looks like a camera. We tried to be creative. So it's literally the camera that we use to take photos and everything. Like I said, I have at least 2 other business cards, one for the remodeling company, one for the Airbnb company. And I usually give them away, right? You have to have those to give to your clients. It doesn't matter what clients you guys have. Another one is digital. So it's the same one that you guys have, that you guys create, or somebody's going to create for you. I don't know how it works with the team, but have your card, your business cards digitally. So you want to save one copy on your phone, and you want to save your copy on your computer, right? Because sometimes I'm texting someone, say, hey, or someone just texts me, hey, William, I'm asking, I would like to see this property that you have listed, right? And I usually say, hey, here's my information just in case if you need anything. And then I just send the digital business cards for them. It's just a photo is exactly the same of my business cards. So it's a lot easier to send those stuff. So the reason that I do that, because they already see my face, because by text message, I don't know you, right? I don't know who I'm talking to. So they see that what I do, what is my phone number, what is my email, so it looks more professional. And the on-the-go one, I think Shoni has one as well, right? That little, is yours from People or QR? So it's like just a tag that you put on the back of your phone. A lot of freelancers use this technology where you just tap this tag on top of your phone and show up a little, is your iPhone? Sometimes this one not supposed to be right here because it's next to the magnet on the phone, it's supposed to be on the bottom. But do you know how this works?
No, I think I've seen business cards where like you scan like.
So you just leave it like this, and you click it, and you have my contact information ready. So if you're like on the go, you're busy or anything like that, just tap on somebody else's phone, and they will have access to all your information. So I put there my social media, my website, my Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, even my Venmo is there. So all my information that they need, I can just tap, 2 seconds, they click save to their contacts, and then all the information is saved, right? I use that most with other realtors, right? So instead of, I don't need your realtor business cards because I'm not gonna call him, right? Or either save their phone number on my phone or just tap and they get my information. So that's what I call the business card on the go. There's different brands, they're super cheap, and that one, I think was $14. So you just put it on your phone, download their app, and then fill out all your information. So email signature.
What was the brand you used for that one?
I think it, for mine, is, it's not People, it's POPL. I think that's the brand of it. Now, number 3, talking about email signatures. You guys know what an email signature is when you guys are sending your email, is the information that shows on the bottom. Like if you're another real estate, let me turn this off. Oh, there's a client for photography. I just hang up on them. So, so the email signature, every time that you send an email is going to show up on the bottom. Hey, this is William Stelzer with Keller Williams, and then I usually put my photo, my phone number, email. So for every email that I send, if somebody needs to reach out to me right away, it's easy for them to see, right? If you guys need help with that, we can, talk with Shoni about it. The team will figure it out for you, how those things work. Would be nice if I can show some examples. I can show you some examples for, where's the keyboard? Shoni stole the keyboard. Sorry, just want to show real fast, giving you guys all the secrets right there. So if you go to my email right here, so this is my, that's not my email, like the email on my team. So every time that I compose an email, this show up right here, right? My photo, my name, the team that I am with, and my information, the website. This is an email signature. The way that you set up, it's pretty easy. You just go to your settings. Let me close this. On your Gmail, and you scroll down until you see email signature, and then you create one. So I have 3. Before I joined the team, I had another signature that was this one, it's pretty similar, but with the logo from Keller Williams Westfield. And then I had my 3D real estate tours because I used to use that email for photography as well. So, but once you set up, it's pretty much the same, right? And then I'm gonna give you, most people that don't know tech, they will create a photo and put a photo on their email signature. I don't recommend to do that only because you don't want to have a photo, because every time that you send an email, it's going to ask you to download that photo. It's going to show as an attachment to every single email that you send. For me, it's that pretty annoying. So this, I'm going to give you the software is totally free that you guys can use to use that, and people will be able to click and go to your Instagram. People will be able to click and go to your LinkedIn, to your website, things like that. So yeah, just by, so when you send this to someone and they want to know your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, or any social media that you want, they can just click there and have access to your Facebook. So it's pretty handy. Same thing to your email and website. If they want to, if you send an email to somebody and they're looking on their phone, they can just click on that email on this button right here, and it's going to call you right away. So that's the difference between if this was a photo, then they would have to go to their phone, type their number or their email. Just you're making more convenient for your clients to reach back to you. So then bio. So I recommend everybody try to do a biography of yourself, right? Write why you were doing real estate. Why tell me about you as a person, right? I did my bio. Like initially, I started doing like, hey, I grew up in Brazil, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, I didn't like that, so I removed that. So I just focused on why I do real estate and what I can bring to the table for my clients, right? So I like something more professional than I still tell, okay, I like snowboarding, shooting, I like all those activities that Utah has to offer, but this is why I'm doing real estate. So write a bio. If it doesn't sound professional, ask somebody in the office or anybody else that you guys know to review it. Who helps me with my bio is my wife. So she's awesome. Her GPA is amazing. So like, hey, I wrote this bio. Just check for misspellings. There's a lot of misspellings. And then just make it more professional. Sounds like an ask, for example. So recommend you guys, everybody needs to have a bio because you're going to have that bio on your MLS. That bio probably going to be on your Zillow account. If you guys don't have a Zillow account, any like places that have your information, they at least require your bio. Even if the Facebook requires your bio. So make sure that you guys have that, work on that, and so you guys can. And the bio I like is the same bio for all the social medias, right? So I just copy and paste all over the place. So number 5 is the basic 3 social medias. I know that it's harder for everybody to manage a bunch of social medias, but at least 3 I recommend. It's Facebook, Instagram. You can have Twitter. I'm not a big fan of, I don't tweet a lot. I never did. But some people are. There's YouTube and TikTok. TikTok is more trendy now. I spend a lot of time on TikTok. I waste a lot of time on TikTok. But there's really good realtors doing amazing jobs on TikTok and getting a bunch of followings on it. You know, if you're a remodeler, you can be, use TikTok to be a TikTok remodeler and get followers and people like that, right? Because more exposure that you have, the more people that you see your posts, increases your chance client, or the more followings that you have, it's just going to help you overall in marketing, no matter what. So you can start your own YouTube channel if you guys want to. I did start one YouTube channel, but I just realized that it was a lot of work, and I did many years of videography, I started editing like weddings, and then I started editing a bunch of videos when I was younger. But it's a lot of work. You got to record, you have professional lighting, you have to have professional camera, you have all of those nice things. You have professional audio to be able to at least to compete with other people that are doing, right? So you don't want to sound terrible, have bad lighting, because otherwise you're just wasting your time. So it's a lot of time consuming. I don't recommend people starting a YouTube channel about real estate. There is some really good real estate people there that does an amazing job. Like Ryan Serhant is one people that I watch. There's what's her name? Gran Halem? I don't know, is another YouTube celebrity. But the reason why is only because the market's so small. If you want to help your clients, if you want to have some videos to show your clients what you do, go ahead and record some videos. Tell them, hey, this is how you should stage your home. This is how you prepare your home for the photography crew that will come, or this is how it's going to be the process after you put your property on the market. So you can do those videos and send it over to them. But the only reason that I don't recommend, because I know the YouTube algorithm, and it's going to take at least 5 years for you to start making profitability on your YouTube channel if it's for real estate purposes. Or there's only, I think, like 5 or 6 massive YouTubers that talks about real estate full time. And most of the other people just started and it stopped, like I did. Because I figured out there's a software that I can give you guys that you can figure out how much a YouTuber is making, how many views that they have, how many videos that they post, how much money they're making per month, all those things. So I'm just trying to save you guys time. If you guys want to open a YouTube channel, it's going to take you guys quite a while. And usually most of those guys that are doing those YouTube channels are doing $55 million properties, all of these $1 million listings. And here in Utah, I think the highest that we have is 30 something. So still, you guys can still do it, don't get me wrong, but it's going to take some time to do that. Website and calendar, of course, have a website. Your website, you want to make sure that a website has IDX. If you guys don't know what IDX means, it's pretty much a link with our realtors database. So once a property comes available for sale on the MLS, it's going to show up available on your website if somebody searches it. There's a bunch of free it's not free websites. There are websites that are paid that has the technology, and even like Keller Williams app. If you guys don't know, you guys have your own app. Behind of my Keller Williams business card that I gave it to you, there's a QR code that I created so people can download my app as well. So if you guys want to do something similar, is the app from Keller Williams, and every time that somebody looked properties or want to see a property through the app, you receive a notification through Keller Williams command, or when they register their information on the app, is automatically put into your database on command. So that's the nice thing about it. Calendar, I used to use Calendar on my phone from Apple, but then I changed to Google Calendar because it's a lot easier. Seems the real estate team that I joined uses Google Calendar. You want to make sure that everything is so you can schedule your Facebook posts, all of those things as well. 7 is the buyer and seller presentation. Let me show you guys this. I don't know if the people from the Zoom will be able to see it, but this is my buyer presentation that I take this and this out. Yeah, I'm gonna use this one as an example. Sweet. So every time that I meet with a client, I try to meet with them here at the office because one is a really nice office. Second thing, just make it looks more formal, right? They're like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to buy a house because we're going to a location. I don't go to their houses anymore. If they can't, I will go, but I like them to bring them here, leave the kids at home with somebody. So focus on the reason they're buying a house, right? They can be more, but as soon as they come, I give them this form right here that I designed. And I'm gonna show you what place I designed that form. So you guys can pass around. This is a client that came. So in this form, I usually say, hey, can you just fill that out for a few minutes? I'm gonna be right back to you. So they come, I give them water. I give that form and some pens and say, hey, fill this out, I'm gonna be right back. I don't have anything to do. I'm just leaving them by themselves for a few minutes because I wanna make sure that they fill it out the entire form, right? Because if I'm in the room, usually they feel pressured and say, hey, I don't need to fill it out this or, but if you give it to them as an assignment, they will fill it out the entire form for you. And on that form includes both of your spouse's email, phone number, date of birth, all of those things that you need in order to put you into your database because you want to do email marketing, because you want to do text to them. So that's the strategy of this checking. That's the checking form that I call it. You give it to them, and there is like their address, the one before that I had that I changed was their kids' information, like if they have kids, how many kids, their birthdays, but I can mark it for their baby, right? So it didn't feel useful, and most of them felt that like they don't need to share that information. That's the reason I removed. And then I asked them, hey, what do you guys like to eat? Because if I gotta give them a gift when I sell them a property, I always do that. I know already that they like Skittles, they like barbecue, I like things that they like to do or things that they like to eat. So this is one of the checking forms that I do for them. And then, sorry guys, you guys probably not gonna be able to see it, but just basically a fill out form for people from Zoom where they write down their information by hand, right? Then I give them this binder right here. That's my buyer's presentation. I'm gonna have you guys pass around, but it's just with the logo of my team. Before it was actually red and gray with the Keller Williams, but I changed because now the team. And you guys can go about it, talked about a little bit about William, my expertise. Thanks for being here. And then actually, let me open here. Let's see if I have one. So people on the Zoom can see as well. Let's see. Go back. No. Hopefully it's linked with my email because I don't think I. Perfect. Nice. So we have access to all of my stuff now. So businesses, Stelzer Realtor. Initial consultation binder. I'm showing it. Well, let me show you this first. Initial consultation binder in PDF. Can you guys see on Zoom right there?
Yep.
Sweet.
Yes.
So this is what I have printed, but mine was with the different colors because I joined a different real estate team. So this is what I built for them. So like I said, the color is different. The only reason that I'm going to be using the different one because I did some upgrades and I want to see you guys the upgrades that I did. So let me go back here. Now it's the initial consultation binder. This one. So I print this. I'm going to let you guys pass around now that you guys, everybody can see it. How we are with time? Well, I didn't start on my chronometer. So what time we should stop? 10 minutes? 10, 15 minutes. Oh, crap. So I got to cover a lot of stuff. So I'm going to show you guys a bunch of stuff real fast. So this is some of the materials that I did as far as marketing. They're not in order like they are when I print because I got to organize them. So this is usually I use this to ask for them for referrals, their RAS systems, pretty cool stuff. I explain them how I get paid, the sales side versus the realtor side. Then I have to pay brokerage fees from the 3% that I get. I pay the tax and the bills and the expenses to being a realtor, and then I take my home salary. Just to let them know that I'm not taking all the money, I have to pay bills. And so they understand and they feel more leaning to pay me a full 3% commission. So in all my deals that I did this year, I always got 3% commission. Most of agents in the brokerage has this idea that 2.5 is the new standard. Not for me, right? If I offer my clients, like reason I don't sign, when you sign an agreement, you're always going to sign at 3. You're never going to sign at 2%, 2.5%. So it's still a 3% standard. So there's some strategies that I can share another day with you guys. If you guys want, or reach out to me, how you guys can get that 3% every single time. So right here, I put the 88 types of turbulence. I give it to them. So the 88 things that can go wrong in a real estate transaction. So all the lists, you know, whose fault? It's the seller's fault. Those things can go wrong. The realtor's fault. All of those things can go wrong. The lender, the property, the appraiser, the escrow, the inspectors. I tell them the buying process, you know, we start with the initial consultation. That's what they're doing here to do today. We sign the paperwork. Once they sign the BBA with me, then I send the information to their lender. So they understand the buying process, the selling process. I think I updated those two, I'm not sure. Then that's the back page, but there's more. So that's my background, things that I do, right? My companies, what I'm specialized on, right? So acquisition and disposition is just 2 fancy words for buy and sell. You want to sound professional. I give them, for some clients that are, you know, if they're not a family, they're interested about investing in real estate. I always try to make them into investors. So I say, hey, there's a bunch of strategies that we can do. Actually, there's 17 strategies in real estate. Just let me know which one you want to tackle and we can use that strategy. If it's fix and flip, you know, those are the intermediary strategies for investing in real estate versus the expert strategies of investing in real estate. Flips and remodel. That's the remodel that we did for my client in Pleasant Grove that I told you guys about. That's before and after. Took us like a month, and we didn't have to do any destruction of walls or anything. It was just cosmetic works, you know. Before and after, I showed them my clients, so like, hey, if you want to either do this with your property, or do you want us to, if you want to learn how to do this, we can teach you. Property search, I usually give this property search. So I print this, so then when I'm with them, I can get the location that they are looking for, how far south, north, west, and east of the places they're looking for, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, amenities. the price range. I usually don't put the property price right here because that's the first thing that most people do. I just ask them, what is the maximum that you want to pay monthly, right? Because the lender can qualify them for $1 million, but if they only want to pay $1,500, then you got to figure it out how much a $1,500 monthly mortgage is. So, and then I circle, they want a single family, they want a townhome. If they want a both, we can circle both, but it's just, the reason that I do this, and I take any notes that they tell me here, how much they make, if whatever the conversation is, I take the notes right here, because I take this form and the form that I send it over to you guys, this, let me see if I have here. No, the checking form and this form right here, I scan and I create a folder on my Dropbox with their information. So I can have, like say, if I'm working with 5 clients, I always gonna know their information, their checking form, and then I always gonna know what they're looking for anytime. Because sometimes, trust me, I forget, like what price range they got qualified or what price range they're looking for, what areas. But you wanna set up property alerts for those things as well. And I tell them a little bit about cash out refinancing strategies, how those things work. So there is, let me just try to finish up here real fast. So that's usually the buyer and seller presentation that I talk to them, right? Go back, and then you said until 6:30, Shawnee? 10 more minutes, okay. Build portfolio. I have a different presentation that I use that it's pretty much my portfolio, everything that I have done so far, all like the flips that we did. Those portfolios I usually send out to clients that are not, they're for example, from California or out of state. Every time that I talk with a client that I'm trying to get the business, I try to get their email, and the first thing that I send it over to them is my portfolio. So they know everything that I do, commercial, residential, property management, Airbnb, and they love it because they know that, you know, anything that they need related to those questions, they can reach out to me. And then you have your database, like we already talked about those things, right? And you want to have right here on the corner, you want to have your vendors list. Everybody that you guys work with. Where is it? I put it right here. So this is what I give it to people. You guys can pass around, they print it too. I give all of them to just a piece of paper with a sheet with your business card. So I give my business card or my remodeling company. I didn't have anymore, but my personal business cards, my remodeling company. And then I give them 2 lenders so they can choose which lender they want to work with, right? Because legally you have to present more than one. So you're protected that way if you have something like this. So give them 2 lenders, they can choose which one, and then I can say, hey, I usually prefer working with this person. You know, I think for you, this guy does more commercial, you know, this does residential. So 2 lenders, and on the bottom, 2 title companies. I give them to choose which title companies they want to work with. Usually I do that because the lenders and the title company, they take you out to lunch, and I like to eat for free. That's the reason I gained so much weight. So the title company take out to lunch, and then if you have only 1 title, you're only going to get 1 lunch a month. But if you have 2 titles, you get 2 lunches a month. But if you have 2 titles and 2 lenders, then you get 4 free meals a lunch per month, right? That's it. Just saves you money right there. You can create relationships. And then there is 2 home warranty, right? I give them home warranty. Sometimes the home warranty, they don't take you to lunch, but sometimes they can. And then an inspector. I usually give them 2 choices of an inspection. And then I include that with the package that I show you guys. And they have with your packages. So if they know everybody that is going to be involved in the real estate transaction. So I'm going to show you like a quick video right now, and then I'm going to tell like, if you're getting professional photos, you know, use what I think the team has already someone that does professional photos. But I usually use myself, really convenient for professional videos. And if you guys need any logo designs or animations, I recommend Fiverr. Okay, Fiverr is awesome. It's a website that they can do anything for marketing for you for really cheap if you are going and becoming a solo agent, if you don't have any expertise on those things. So let me show. No, Fiverr is a website. And oh, if you're asking if I have someone that I use, no, I just inside of the website I just search who can do me anything, and they're pretty good at it. They're super affordable as well. So where is? Let me see if I can see right here. Marketing videos. I think. Can anybody see Caveman right here? Full size Facebook cover, Caveman MP4, square full, the first one. So this is a small video that I have a bunch of them, but those are only like 15 seconds.
Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show. Hey bro, go for what you know. Bass getting low and we rock the show.
Funny stuff, right? So that's the only one. 15 seconds, you share this on your Facebook or whatever. People laugh, but the only reason that the texts are where they are, so you can put different company logos. Like before I was in a different real estate brokerage, so I didn't want to add their logos on the video, because if I moved to a different location, I would have to redo the video, I have to repay the video, right? So I have a bunch of these little videos that I want to show you guys. There's like one that I like the most is like this jumping one. And then I put the logo of the team or whoever it needs to be. Like I said, there's some creative ways that you guys can do your marketing. Let me go back here real fast. So here is where to find all of those resources. And this, trust me, I wish somebody would have told me that's, you know, all the other big real estate teams, every real estate team in the brokerage are using those tools. They use, the Command is really good, like the software that you guys pay for monthly to put your database. You can do a lot of stuff, like I show you, the business cards, you can do flyers, you can do all of those things. But like I said, I'm telling you, I wish some people would have told me that before, right? Because that way I wouldn't spend 3 or 4 hours trying to learn a tool where I can be more efficient with my time in the different places. So all these bigger real teams, they're using those tools right here. I'm pretty transparent because I'm director of operations from the Wild Real Estate team. And most of other teams they're pretty transparent because they like to share what is working, what's not, to help the agents overall from the brokerage. So this is a list. So no, wait, is that? Yeah, the headshot photos, just a photographer, business cards, use canva.com, the best website for any type of designs. They have templates for flyers, everything that you need is there. Email signature, I use HubSpot. If you go to HubSpot.com, fill it out their form, you're gonna have exactly the same email signature that I have, and people are gonna be able to click it on it. Bio, you just put in Google Docs, Word, or Pages. If you have Mac, social medias, basic, website and calendar. I usually do websites on Wix. It's really easy for everybody to do. I can develop bigger websites, more complex in coding, things like that. But I recommend Wix because it's easier for everybody to do. Buyer and seller presentation. But Wix is not IDX, right? Wix is not linked with your realtor database. So might talk with your team lead or see who is, if they offer a free website to you, This one's not free. I mean, they have a free version, but on the website, it's going to show up, let's say, williamstelzer.wix.com. So it's not professional. You can get a custom domain. Yeah, you can get a custom domain. Domain is just a name for a website, just for you, and you have that. And then Canva for any systems, templates that you guys are going to create it. And database, you guys use Command. Some other bigger brokerages, bigger teams don't use Command. I shouldn't be saying that. Maybe should I say that, Oshoni? No, I'm transparent. No. There's some people, like some teams, they don't use Command, but they use IM or Boomtown, right? Those are pretty much bigger softwares. They have a lot more power, a lot more tools, but they're paid and they're expensive. But if you guys want to be a cheaper version, this one does the work really well. So I think that's pretty much. Let's see if there's any more slides. But this slide is just gonna save you guys so much time. Just be other thing that I like to say, just be organized. That's my Dropbox, all over the place. I have people on Zoom. If you guys want to screenshot that, that's gonna be a time saver for you guys. But you want to make sure that everything is organized on your folder. So I have marketings, I have my documents, email signatures, Facebook. So everything that I need as far as marketing is just organized. Clients reviews right here as well. Take photos with your clients, right? Use their photos for marketing and make sure that you get reviews on your Facebook platforms and all of those things. So here's just gonna be telling you guys, you can do design through Command. The Command can do all of those things, but you just gotta learn how to do it. So you can do flyers like this through Command, and then you can put your information, the property information, and then you can send it up. You can just download it and print it, right? Same thing, you can do paid advertising through Command. So if you don't know Facebook advertising, you can do Facebook advertising through Command as well. I gave you guys I showed my guys my marketing videos. There's more. I gave you guys my business cards. If you guys don't have a Facebook page, if you are a solo agent, I recommend you guys have a Facebook page. But if you guys are not a solo agent, if you guys have a team, usually try to promote your team's Facebook page. Where you can use, there's two different things. There's your profile, that's you. And a Facebook page is just like the page for your business, right? If you're a solo agent, you're promoting yourself, so you are the business, so you want to have that Facebook page. But if you're in a team, promote your team's Facebook page. Checking form, I show you guys the checking form and the programs. I do some programs for my clients. 1 year preparation for programs for first-time home buyers. I just give them a bunch of PDFs, that good information, send it over to them, and then I prep them for an entire year in order to buy a home. So thanks for coming today. I think it took over a little bit longer, but if you guys have any questions, just reach out, and that should cover all the marketing and the essentials that you guys need in order to be successful in this market. So questions? Ask Shoni.
Awesome.
Once I digest everything, like tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come and share just really a wealth of knowledge, and would love to get some takeaways, some of the ahas that you guys have, things that stood out to you that you really realize that is going to be impactful for your business. So Will knows what was valuable for you. Hunter?
I think that one thing that I really learned, Will, was that when you're prospecting and marketing, you really want to add value. It's like how you're saying you print in color and you even have some business cards for specific clients, just making sure that even in just trying to generate leads, you're adding value. So I thought that's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, even going on with that, the list of vendors and the pre-buying or pre-listing package and stuff that, it just makes everything clean, makes you look more professional. So that's something I need to add in.
Yeah, so that's one thing that every realtor is doing, even bigger teams. They always try to create system, right? The system is just like they always want to create templates. They always want to create literally systems. So everything can be repetitive. For example, every single buyer that I have, I don't have to print and make this for every single one of them. I take like 1 hour off my week. I print, let's say 5 or 10 of those listing presentations or buyer presentations. I don't have one for each. I can, it's the same presentation for both of them, but I guide the conversation. I studio for conversations, but it's the same presentation, right? And then I just have to print only one page that have their name. That's the only one that changes. And then I put it on the package. So that saves me time if I have to meet with somebody. So not just William, but everybody, every other agent that sometimes you guys see those teams that have 30, 50 agents, 60 agents. A regular agent started creating systems of this is how you do marketing, this is how you do presentation. So they have all the systems created. So it's easier for you guys. So you guys stop wasting time thinking about marketing and start doing what you guys do best or where you guys make money. That's talking over the phone, doing door knocking, showing homes, things. Those things is going to be profitable for you guys.
Yeah, I like 2 things about your presentation. The first is the turbulences, where it show all pitfalls that could be possible and whom will be the responsible. So I think the client appreciate that is many things that could be wrong and you make them feel smooth. So that is good for me. And also I like the check-in form where you collect all information and preference and favorites. It's very good. I don't think about that. It's so good.
It's good for you guys to know those things. Because like I said, for every single deal that you got, that's what I do. I'm telling you guys that you guys have to do it, but it works amazing. Having that, knowing that what they like ahead of the time. I do a custom gift for the only thing that I spend a little bit more time. I do a custom gift for every single client because some client likes chocolate. Some clients don't like chocolate, So I spend a little bit time on the client gift because I do a custom gift for them. I'm trying to create a system where it's more like a chocolate basket. And then if they don't like chocolate, then I think outside of the box, but I'm trying to create a system so I don't have to waste time. If I have 3 closings this month, I got to get 3 different gifts and sometimes I'm busy. So I'm trying to create systems to make sure that it's ready and go. They close, I give a phone call, the vendor go there and does the delivery for me, or I go there, put it on the home. And once they walk into the home, they see the gift. What I recommend the most is not even you guys living inside of the home, like most people do. As on the form, the check-in form, there is a place that says work address. So I send it over to their work. Because if they receive a really fancy basket on their work, they're going to say they're not expecting. They're not going to be expecting a basket at their work. So they're going to receive it, and they're going to generate conversation between their coworkers. That if you have a coworker, they pretty much make the same amount of money as you, or they're the same age. Maybe they're trying to buy a house, so they just start talking. And say, "Hey, why did you got this basket? Oh, it was from my realtor." Oh, was your realtor? Oh, your realtor is really nice to give us chocolate. You guys bought a house. Yeah, I bought a house. And then like, hey, we're trying to buy a house as well, right? It's like, just talk with your realtor. So I put some business cards, send it over to their work. That's how I get some referrals from my clients. So just some tips. So, okay, awesome. Thanks guys for coming. And sorry to take so much time.
Thank you.